Hey everyone, so let's talk about a real challenge on pretty much any big construction site. You've got 1,000 pounds of material and it needs to get up to the ninth floor. How in the world do you do that safely and without wasting a ton of time? Well, today we're diving into the incredible engineering that's built to do exactly that.
Really picture it for a second. You're on the job site, the clock is ticking, and you've got this massive pallet of, say, heavy facade panels. They need to go way up there and with absolute precision. This isn't just a hypothetical problem. This is the very reason the machines we're looking at today even exist.
You know, it's pretty simple when you think about it. Our buildings keep getting taller, the designs are more ambitious, and the materials themselves, we're talking giant glass panes, heavy steel beams, are getting heavier. Yeah, our ambitions are literally getting heavier. And that means the gear we use to build everything has to keep up, not just by reaching higher, but by lifting a whole lot more. And that brings us right to Genie's answer to this challenge, their XC, or Extra Capacity lineup. So what does XC really mean when you're the one in the operator's seat? Well, it's not just some sticker they slap on the side. No, it's a completely different way of thinking about how these machines work. Okay, so the magic behind the XC series is this really clever piece of technology called the dual envelope system. The best way to think about it is like the machine has two invisible safety bubbles around it. When you're carrying a regular, lighter load, you get this huge bubble. That's your maximum reach. But the second you load it up with something really heavy, the machine's brain automatically shrinks that bubble, restricting your reach to keep everything perfectly stable. It's basically like having an always-on digital spotter.
And this is where you really see the difference. Your standard boom lift, it might top out around 500 pounds. That's fine for a couple of workers and their tools. But with an XC lift, you get 660 pounds of capacity anywhere in its range. Or you get a massive 1,000-pound capacity in that more focused zone. That's the difference between sending up just the crew and sending up the crew and the 1,000-pound beam they need to install, all in one shot. The jump in efficiency is just huge.
So, we know these machines can lift some serious weight. But how do they actually get that weight into the perfect spot? Well, this is where the XC family splits into two different designs, and each one is a specialist for a certain kind of job. On one side, you've got the S series, the telescopic boom. The pirate's spyglass analogy is perfect. It just extends straight out, giving you incredible reach in a straight line. This is your go-to when you have a clear shot to your target. Then you've got the Z series, the articulating boom. Just look at it, it's built with joints, kind of like your arm. This lets it bend and weave up and over things, which is absolutely essential when you're trying to navigate a cluttered, complex job site. All right, now that we get the two basic types, let's meet the whole family. You're about to see how this whole extra capacity idea has been applied to a whole range of machines, big and small. This chart really lays it all out. You've got the nimble Z45XE over here, an articulating boom that's perfect for getting up and over obstacles, about 5 stories high on a tight work site. And then you go all the way to the other end of the spectrum and you see the beastly S85XC. That's a telescopic boom that can shoot straight up over 9 stories. So whether you're working on interior systems or erecting massive steel frames, there's an XC model that's built for what you do.
Of course, all that power and reach doesn't mean a thing if the machine gets stuck in the mud. A real job site is messy, it's uneven, it's tough. And that's where all the smart engineering under the hood really starts to matter.
And this is the tech that makes it all work in the real world. 4-wheel drive and positive traction, that's the muscle that lets you power through sloppy conditions. That oscillating axle, that's a total game changer on uneven ground. It keeps all 4 wheels planted firmly for maximum stability. And that automatic envelope control we talked about earlier, that's the brain, the digital co-pilot that's constantly watching the load and keeping the operators safe. Okay, so we've seen all the tech, all the different models, but what's the bottom line here? Why does this whole extra capacity thing actually matter on the job? Well, it really boils down to 2 simple but super powerful benefits. Let's come right back to this number, 1,000 pounds. Having that capacity isn't just about lifting heavy stuff. It's really about productivity. It's about doing a job in 1 lift instead of 2 or 3. And it's absolutely about safety. It means using one tough, purpose-built machine for a job that, in the past, might have needed a crane or some other complicated, riskier setup. So, here's what it all adds up to. You get a huge boost in productivity because you're moving more stuff faster. Simple as that. You get way better safety because the machine itself is preventing you from overloading it. And you get this incredible versatility, where one machine can suddenly do the work that used to take several different pieces of equipment. For things like steeler action or installing massive concrete panels, this isn't just a small step up, it's a complete game changer.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've seen how tech like the XC series has risen to meet the demands of today. But as we keep pushing the limits of what we can build, what's going to be the next big leap for the incredible machines that actually make it all happen? What new challenges are waiting just over the horizon?